Welcome, spicy ladies. What happens when a woman who understands herself better than most still finds love to be a puzzle due to fakery and a dating world that doesn't play games? This is the reality for the smartest Sigma females. They are intelligent, independent, and deeply aware of themselves. Yet these qualities that make them extraordinary also make finding the right kind of love incredibly challenging. For them, love is never casual or superficial. It is not about temporary thrills or empty promises. They want connection, trust, and authenticity. They want someone who matches their depth and can hold their heart without breaking it. And because they see life clearly, they notice the red flags, the hidden motives, and the shallow intentions that others often overlook. This awareness protects them, but it also means they often feel alone in a world that seems designed for convenience and shortcuts. The smartest Sigma females crave peace, growth, and honesty in a relationship. Anything less feels like compromise, and they refuse to settle. They know that love should enhance their life, not create chaos. They value vulnerability, yet they are cautious about who they trust. They crave depth, yet the world rarely offers it at the level they desire. The sad truth is that their strength and clarity make them rare in love, but that is also their power. Their journey may be slower, but it ensures that when they finally meet someone who can meet them fully, the love they experience will be real, profound, and lasting. If you are one of these women, remember this: being cautious is not weakness, and waiting for the right person is not failure. You are not too much. You are worth every bit of patience and depth that the right love will bring. Let's dive into it. Number 1, they think too far ahead. Spicy ladies often struggle with love because their minds are always 3 steps ahead. While most people are still enjoying the butterflies at the start of a relationship, she is already thinking about what those butterflies really mean. She notices the small pauses in conversation, the tone behind a compliment, or the way someone reacts when they are uncomfortable. To others, it may look like she is overthinking, but to her, it is simply seeing reality before it fully unfolds. Imagine this. A friend might meet someone and get carried away by the excitement. They are lost in the glow of the moment, already planning dinners and sharing selfies. But the Sigma female notices something different. She catches the quick eye roll when her date is asked about responsibility. She hears the sharpness hidden in what sounded like a playful joke. To her, these are not minor things. They are early warnings of who this person might really be. This ability is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it saves her from heartbreak because she avoids traps that many fall into. On the other hand, it robs her of the chance to simply enjoy the moment. Love is supposed to feel like a journey, yet she sometimes turns it into an investigation. By the time others are discovering the first cracks in their relationships, she has already walked away shaking her head because she saw it coming from the very beginning. The sad truth is that seeing red flags too early can leave her feeling isolated. While her friends are lost in excitement, she feels like the only one who cannot relax into the thrill of love. But here is the encouragement. This ability is not weakness. It is strength. It means she values her peace too much to hand it over cheaply. And when she finally meets someone whose character has no hidden cracks, she will not only see the difference, she will finally feel safe enough to stay. Right now, if you are still watching, I hope this video can help you. Your comments motivate me so much, so I can make more videos which you like. So hit that subscribe button and leave me a message. Let's continue. Number 2, they believe love should enhance peace rather than create chaos. For the smartest Sigma females, love is not about drama or endless ups and downs. They believe love should feel like peace, not chaos. It should be something that adds calm to their lives, not something that steals their sleep at night. And this belief alone filters out most of the options that come their way. Think about it. Many people have grown used to seeing love as complicated. They mistake arguments for passion and constant tension for intensity. They convince themselves that if it is not chaotic, it must not be real. But the Sigma female sees through this illusion. To her, love is not supposed to feel like walking on eggshells. It is not supposed to feel like begging for attention or dealing with unnecessary storms. Love to her is about two people creating a safe place where they can breathe without fear. For example, imagine she is dating someone who constantly brings drama into every conversation. One small disagreement quickly becomes a loud argument. A simple delay in replying to a message turns into suspicion. To some, this might be brushed off as normal relationship problems. But for the Sigma female, this is a deal breaker. She will not let her peace be disrupted by someone who thrives on confusion. The sad truth is that this mindset cuts down her options drastically. While others may stay in relationships that drain them just to avoid being alone, she walks away the moment she senses her peace is at risk. This is why many call her difficult to love. But the reality is she simply refuses to lower the standard of peace she has built for herself. Here is the beauty in it. When she finally finds love that truly brings peace, it feels rare. It feels steady and it feels worth keeping. She may struggle to find it, but when she does, it will not just be love. It will be a partnership that protects her spirit rather than damages it. Number 3, they set standards based on growth and authenticity. One of the biggest reasons the smartest Sigma females struggle with love is because their standards are rooted in growth and authenticity. They are not interested in shallow attraction or short-term excitement. They want a partner who is real, someone who values honesty, and someone who keeps growing as a person. That alone removes a huge portion of people from the list because many are simply not willing to meet those standards. Think about how relationships often play out. Some people are satisfied as long as there is comfort. They settle into routines where nothing changes, where growth is replaced by comfort zones. But for a Sigma female, staying the same forever feels like standing still. And standing still is the same as going backwards. She wants a partner who challenges her to be better, not someone who holds her in place. Picture this. She might meet someone who seems perfect at first glance. The conversations flow. The chemistry is strong and everything feels easy. But over time, she realizes this person is not interested in improving themselves. They avoid deep conversations. They shy away from personal responsibility and they resist change. To her, that is not love. That is stagnation. She would rather walk away and keep her peace than stay in a relationship where growth is not part of the equation. Then comes authenticity. In a world full of filters and pretenses, finding someone who is real is rare. She cannot stand fake smiles, empty promises, or people who play roles just to impress. She values the kind of love where she can be herself completely, and her partner does the same. Anything less feels like a performance, and she has no interest in pretending. The truth is this standard makes her love journey harder. Many call it being too picky, but it is not about being picky. It is about being true to herself. She would rather wait for the one who matches her depth than waste years with someone who only offers half-truths and no growth. And that patience is what makes her love so powerful when she finally finds it. Spicy ladies, thank you for watching to here. I appreciate it. If you have same feeling, leave the spicy lady +1 comment below. That's my motivation. Let's continue. Number 4, they refuse to play games. One of the main reasons the smartest Sigma females struggle with love is because they refuse to play games. In a world where pretense is often mistaken for romance, they stand out as unmatched. They do not sugarcoat their feelings. They do not send mixed signals. And they do not pretend to be someone they are not just to keep another person interested. That honesty is powerful, but it also makes relationships harder to build. Think about how modern dating works. People often hide their real intentions. Someone might act like they want commitment, but in truth, they only want temporary excitement. Someone else might say all the right things, but fail to follow through with action. Many see relationships as a performance where attention is the prize and the truth comes second. The Sigma female refuses to join this game. For her, love without honesty is not love at all. Imagine she is talking to someone who takes hours to reply just to appear less available. Most people might play along, pretending not to care, but she does not. She knows that if someone is genuinely interested, they will not make communication a strategy. She would rather walk away than waste her time decoding empty signals. This straightforwardness can make her look harsh, but the reality is that she values clarity over confusion. While others may tolerate lies disguised as romance, she sees them as warning signs. And because she refuses to settle for less, she often ends up standing alone longer than most. The sad truth is that her unwillingness to play games leaves her with fewer options in a world built on masks. But here's the strength in it. When love finally comes her way, it will not be built on tricks or illusions. It will be real and it will last. Because she has no interest in pretense, she ends up attracting the rare kind of love that matches her depth and honesty. Number 5. They fear losing themselves in the wrong relationship more than they fear being alone. One of the biggest reasons the smartest Sigma females struggle with love is because they fear losing themselves in the wrong relationship more than they fear being alone. For them, solitude is not scary. They know how to enjoy their own company, how to build peace in their lives, and how to stand on their own 2 feet. What truly scares them is waking up one day and realizing they have sacrificed their identity just to keep a relationship alive. Think about how often this happens in everyday life. A woman gets into a relationship, and slowly she begins to shrink. Her hobbies disappear, her dreams are put on hold, and her voice becomes quieter. She starts living for the other person instead of living as herself. To outsiders, it may look like love, but to the Sigma female, that is the very definition of loss. Imagine she is with someone who constantly demands her time and energy without giving the same effort in return. At first, she may try to compromise, but soon she notices her own goals are being buried. She realizes she is adjusting to fit into someone else's world, while her own is being neglected. That is the moment she chooses to step away, even if it means being alone again. This choice often confuses others because many people cling to relationships just to avoid loneliness. But the Sigma female would rather sit in silence by herself than be trapped in a partnership that erases her identity. For her, being alone is temporary. Losing herself in the wrong relationship could last a lifetime. Here is the truth. This mindset makes her love journey harder, but it also makes it more meaningful. She will not hand her soul away cheaply. And when she finally meets someone who allows her to grow without losing herself, that love will not only last, it will give her the freedom to remain fully herself. Number 6, they secretly crave depth, but the world rarely offers it at the level they desire. One of the most overlooked struggles of the smartest Sigma females is that they secretly crave depth, but the world rarely offers it at the level they desire. On the surface, they may look calm and collected, as if love is the last thing on their mind. But behind that calmness is a quiet hunger for something real, something that goes beyond ordinary attraction or shallow conversations. The challenge is that most people never meet them at that level. In a world where relationships are often built on quick texts, surface-level chemistry, and temporary thrills, the Sigma female longs for something more. She wants conversations that stretch into the night, where silence feels as comfortable as laughter. She wants love that grows with her, not one that stops at appearances. Imagine this. She is on a date where the talk revolves around gossip, money, or appearances. Others might find that entertaining, but she is already drifting off in her mind because none of that touches her spirit. What she truly desires is a conversation where both hearts are exposed without fear, where dreams, doubts, and truths are laid on the table. But those kinds of moments are rare, and the rarity often leaves her disappointed. It is not that she expects perfection. What she wants is honesty, depth, and someone who is not afraid to be vulnerable. Yet vulnerability is something the modern world struggles with. Many hide behind masks afraid to be fully seen. To her, that is painful because she can see past the mask, but knows the other person may never take it off willingly. This is why her love life feels more complicated than most. She is not chasing fantasy. She is chasing depth. And while it makes her journey slower, it also means that when she finally finds someone who can meet her at that level, she will experience a kind of love that is rare, steady, and deeply fulfilling. Number 7. They know that vulnerability is strength, yet they struggle to trust anyone enough to hand it over. One of the most complicated truths about the smartest Sigma females is that they know vulnerability is strength, yet they struggle to trust anyone enough to hand it over. They understand that real intimacy comes from opening up, from allowing someone to see the raw and unpolished parts of who they are. But knowing this in theory is very different from practicing it in real life. The reason runs deeper than fear of judgment. It is about trust. A Sigma female has likely seen what happens when people misuse vulnerability. She has watched others pour their hearts out only to have those same hearts broken. She may have even experienced betrayal herself, where something she shared in confidence was later used against her. So while she believes vulnerability is powerful, she treats it as something sacred, something that must be given only to those who have proven themselves worthy. Picture this. She meets someone who seems genuine, and slowly the relationship starts to grow. She laughs. She shares surface level details, and everything feels comfortable. But when it comes time to expose the deeper truths, the scars, the fears, the insecurities, she hesitates. Her mind asks 1,000 questions. Can this person handle my honesty? Will they respect it, or will they twist it later? That pause alone can create distance, leaving the other person confused about why she seems guarded. It is not that she does not want to be vulnerable. In fact, she craves the freedom of being fully seen without fear. But for her, trust is not built overnight. It is built through consistency, through action, and through patience. This makes love more challenging for her, because not everyone has the patience to wait for those walls to come down. Yet here is the beauty. When she finally does trust, when she finally hands over her vulnerability, it is not halfway. It is complete. And the love that receives it will not just be strong. It will be unshakable, because she gave it after making sure it was safe. Number 8, they love with intensity, but only when someone proves they can carry the weight of that love without breaking. The smartest Sigma females are often misunderstood when it comes to love. They love with intensity, but only when someone proves they can carry the weight of that love without breaking. This is not about being dramatic or expecting perfection. It is about the fact that when they finally choose to give their heart, they give it fully. And that kind of love is not light to carry. For them, love is not casual. It is not something they hand out carelessly. They watch, they study, they measure, because they know what their love holds. It carries loyalty, honesty, depth, and devotion. And if it falls into the wrong hands, it can feel overwhelming for the other person and devastating for them. Think about it like this. Imagine someone trying to lift a heavy treasured chest. The weight is not there to punish them. The weight is there because what is inside is valuable. In the same way, a Sigma female's love is precious, but it requires strength to hold it. She needs a partner who will not collapse when her love shows up in full force. A partner who can match that energy instead of running from it. This is why she waits. This is why she tests silently, not through games, but through watching how consistent someone is with their words and actions. If she sees cracks, if she sees weakness where there should be steadiness, she pulls back. Not because she cannot love, but because she knows giving that love to the wrong person would only destroy both of them. Here's the truth. When she finally finds someone who proves they can carry the weight, she becomes one of the most powerful partners anyone could ask for. Her love is rare, her loyalty is unshakable, and her intensity becomes a gift that transforms the relationship. She's careful with it because she knows once she gives it, there is no going back. Number 9. They carry unspoken scars from being misunderstood, and it makes them cautious when opening up. One of the most hidden reasons the smartest Sigma females struggle with love is because they carry unspoken scars from being misunderstood. And those scars make them cautious when it comes to opening up. These women have often spent years feeling like people never fully got them. Their quietness was mistaken for arrogance. Their independence was seen as distance. And their honesty was called harshness. Each misunderstanding left a mark. And over time, those marks turned into invisible scars. When it comes to love, those scars show themselves in subtle ways. While others may easily pour their hearts out in the early stages of a relationship, the Sigma female takes her time. She chooses her words carefully. She shares only pieces of herself, and she watches closely to see how her partner responds. To someone who does not understand her, this can look like she is cold, or uninterested. In reality, she is protecting herself from being wounded the same way she was before. Imagine she is with someone who asks why she keeps things private or why she does not express emotions as quickly as others. She may smile and change the subject, but deep down she remembers the last time she opened up too soon only for her vulnerability to be dismissed or judged. That memory makes her cautious, not because she does not want love, but because she wants to make sure her heart is safe before she fully reveals it. This makes her journey with love slower, but it also makes it more genuine. The few people who earn her trust do not get a surface-level version of her. They get the real her, the one hidden beneath the scars. And while it takes patience to reach that part of her, the reward is unmatched. Because when she finally opens up, she loves with a truth and depth that cannot be faked. Number 10. They demand honesty not just in words, but in intentions. One of the biggest challenges the smartest Sigma females face in love is that they demand honesty not just in words, but also in intentions. For them, honesty is not about saying the right things. It is about meaning what you say, living by it, and letting your actions prove it. And the truth is, many people are not ready for that kind of honesty. In everyday life, it is easy to say, I love you or I care about you. But words without genuine intention behind them are empty. A Sigma female can sense when someone is just saying things to keep her around versus when they actually mean it. She does not just listen to what comes out of your mouth. She pays attention to whether your choices line up with those words. If you promise loyalty but flirt with distractions, she notices. If you speak about commitment but avoid responsibility, she sees it. Imagine this. Someone tells her they want something serious, yet they keep their options open, texting others in the background. To them it might feel harmless, but to her it screams dishonesty. She is not looking for perfection, but she expects alignment between what someone says and what they actually do. This demand often narrows her options because, in truth, many people are comfortable with half-truths. They speak of love but fear the weight of commitment. They claim honesty but keep hidden motives. And while others may tolerate these cracks, she will not. For her, honesty is not negotiable. The beauty in this standard is that it protects her from illusions. She might struggle longer to find love, but when she does, it will be with someone whose words and intentions stand firm together. That kind of bond is rare, but it is the only kind she is willing to accept because anything less is not love in her eyes. One reason the smartest Sigma females often struggle with love is because they see through illusions quickly, which makes short-term romances collapse before they even begin. Many people enter relationships wrapped in layers of charm, sweet words, and carefully built images. For most, those illusions take time to fade. But for the Sigma female, they do not last long at all. Her sharp mind and deep intuition cut through the performance almost immediately. In the early stages of dating, it is common for people to put their best selves forward. Someone might exaggerate their achievements, pretend to be more confident than they really are, or hide flaws they do not want revealed too soon. Most people take weeks or months to realize what is real and what is not. But the Sigma female spots the cracks almost instantly. She notices the inconsistencies, the way someone's actions betray their words, the tiny details others overlook. For example, imagine she is dating someone who talks about valuing respect but treats waiters with impatience. Others might brush it off as a bad mood, but she sees it as a clue about the person's character. Or picture someone who constantly praises honesty but becomes vague when asked direct questions. She recognizes the illusion and knows the truth is not matching the presentation. This ability protects her, but it also makes her love life harder. Where others might enjoy a few months of bliss before reality shows up, her romances often end before they even begin. She cannot pretend not to see what she already knows, and pretending would feel like betraying herself. The sad truth is that while this sharp vision keeps her from wasting time, it also means she rarely experiences the thrill of short-term romance. But the strength in it is clear. By cutting through illusions early, she leaves space for something real, something solid, and something that will not collapse under the weight of lies. Number 12. They can be intimidating without meaning to because their independence unsettles fragile egos. One of the reasons the smartest Sigma females struggle with love is because they can be intimidating without even trying. Their independence often unsettles fragile egos. They are not intentionally trying to make anyone feel small. But the way they carry themselves, the way they handle life on their own terms can make certain people feel insecure. Many are used to relationships where dependence plays a central role. Some expect constant reassurance. Others rely on control to feel needed. When faced with a Sigma female who is perfectly capable of standing on her own, they do not see strength. They see a threat. Instead of admiring her independence, they feel like they are being measured against it. And this is where problems begin. Imagine she is dating someone who believes love should come with constant dependence. At first, they may find her self-sufficiency impressive, but over time it starts to chip at their confidence. If she does not always need them to fix her problems or validate her decisions, they begin to question their place in her life. What should have been a source of respect turns into quiet resentment. It is not that she wants to intimidate anyone. In fact, she craves a love where independence and partnership can exist side by side. She does not want to carry someone's insecurities, and she does not want her strength to be mistaken for rejection. But fragile egos rarely see it that way. They interpret her ability to stand alone as an attack on their own worth. This is why her love life feels complicated. Many men admire her from afar, but struggle to match her confidence when up close. Yet, here is the truth. Her independence is not an obstacle to love. It is the very thing that makes her capable of building a healthy relationship. She just needs someone secure enough to stand beside her without feeling the need to compete. And when she finds that, her strength and her love will become unstoppable together. In final words, what if the very thing that makes you powerful is also the reason love feels so complicated? That is the reality for the smartest Sigma females. Their minds are sharp, their standards are high, and their hearts are not easily swayed. They want love, but they cannot pretend or settle for something that feels half alive. They would rather face silence than sit in a shallow connection that drains their soul. The struggle is not because they are cold or incapable of love. It is because they feel so deeply that giving their heart to the wrong person would cost them everything. They know that love is not just words or gestures, but a weight that requires trust, honesty, and depth. And when the world is full of pretense and shortcuts, they are often left waiting, wondering if anyone is willing to meet them at the level they desire. But here is the truth that matters. Their struggle is not a weakness. It is proof of their strength. Choosing themselves over illusions is not loneliness. It is freedom. They are building a life where love, when it finally arrives, will be real, steady, and strong enough to hold them without breaking. So if you are a Sigma female listening to this, do not let the world convince you that your standards are too high or your heart is too much. What you carry is rare and not everyone can handle it. Your patience is not wasted. Your depth is not a flaw. One day, the right person will see you not as difficult, but as a gift they cannot afford to lose. Until then, remember this. Struggling with love does not mean you are unworthy of it. It means you are too valuable to hand it over to just anyone. Thank you for watching, Spicy Ladies, and God bless.